How's it going, Welcome back to the Great Green North. This is the channel where I take your lawn from brown and disgusting to green and beautiful in less than a year. So without further ado, please hit the subscribe button if you want to see more videos just like this one. Just want to update on our winter season. I know I said next episode, and this is more than a week since last episode, but we're starting to thaw. It's about 1 degree today. It's supposed to be about 8 degrees tomorrow. I would say currently on the ground we have probably close to, our snowbanks are about 3 feet high. I think there's about 12 to 18 inches of snow that we have on the ground right now, snow cover. So we're getting there. We're starting to thaw out to the spring. I'm wearing a sweater right now, so, and the ice is starting to thaw, but it freezes overnight. And yeah, so this is the side yard and the front yard. I don't know, you guys are gonna get a property tour soon. As soon as all the snow's gone and I can get out of here. Damage. This side yard gets the most amount of damage because like my dog goes to the bathroom here, and then this here is all the big piles of snow from the lawn here, and then the big tree covers cause a lot of thatch buildup. This side I believe was sodded just by the way that the grass grew, and I think the sod was laid this way, and it kind of caused some weird. We're gonna have to dig up trenches this year for the downspouts. I'll be making a video about that. So this is gonna be on my renovation area, this side yard here. This is gonna be probably like what your lawn looks like, and the front yard over here is probably the best looking part of the lawn that I have. My total square footage is about 22,000 square feet here, so it takes a lot to fertilize and cut and maintain, but it looks great when it's done. Okay, now we're back in my garage, and the reason that I'm making this video, and you probably saw from the thumbnail, is I'm going to be telling you guys today about what I'm doing to maintain my mower. And I'm probably, might be a 3-video series, this one, about maintaining my mower and what I'm doing to keep it running for the spring. And I'm also going to be mixing in some tips probably week by week until we get to the spring and I can actually start getting out and pruning some of the bushes and cutting down some of the perennials that are all dead from last season. This is my John Deere X300 lawnmower. This is the mower that I run most of my time. It's about 5 years old. It's an X300. It has a Kawasaki engine, 18 horsepower. It's a belt-driven transmission, and it has a 42-inch mulching deck on it, which is right here. So this is the mower here. It is a ride-on. I also have a push, which is right there, but that push is not running. So that's probably also going to be another project I'm going to start very soon. I got to take him apart. He's almost 30 years old. I got to take him apart and put them all back together. And here is my mower deck. So you guys can see it behind me. It's all taken apart. So normally what I do around February or March, I take it off the machine and I just kind of do an assessment of what it looks like. Any rust, anything major that needs to be fixed. This year, actually, the belt needs to be replaced for the first time. So normally around March or April, I'll go down to my local John Deere dealership. I'll buy an oil filter, belt, any grease that I need. Last year, replaced a fuel filter, anything else that we need to upkeep this lawnmower. Secondly, I started this last year and it worked great. So I do a coat of paint on my mower deck every year, and I'm gonna tell you guys in a second why I do that. Okay, so here's the mower deck, and you guys can't tell from the way it looks right now, but this is a mulching deck. The mulching piece, plastic piece, goes right in there and blocks that, and there's just a towel sitting in there right now. And these are your 2 rotors that the blades sit on. They're all painters taped up, ready for the paint job, and I can show you the rest of my attachments. So these are my mulching blades over here. Oh, don't want to drop that. These are my mulching blades over here, so you can tell it's a mulching blade because it has that bend in the blade. I'm going to do a video on should you mulch, probably in the early spring. But yeah, I'm going to suggest you guys to get mulching blades for your mower. They're not that expensive, and they really do make a difference when you're cutting your grass. I have a bench grinder here, which I use to sharpen my blades. And then finally over here, I have all the other things that I've taken apart. So that's all the nuts and bolts for the lawn striping kit. This is my John Deere lawn striping kit. It's not the best striping kit out there, but it works pretty well. As you guys, that picture of my backyard that I show in every one of my videos is that's done with this striping kit. And plus it's a ride-on, so the two back tires leave pretty good stripes anyways. You just kind of got to fill that spot between the two tires, which is what this ends up doing. And you kind of got to flip the brushes. The brushes can get a little bit dirty, and it's starting to get a little bit of rust on it from all the grass discharged out from underneath the back of the. So heading back over here, my mulching kit is inside because it has a hole in it for expansion and contraction, and it's full of water right now. But let's get up close and personal and look at the deck. So I'm probably gonna put up a picture of what this looked like at the start, but this here was all black. You couldn't even tell. This was all black and brown from caked on mud and grass. Most of the time it's caked on grass from the lawn season. So what you gotta do first is you gotta get a soapy brush most of the time and scrub and scrub and scrub, and that's what I have over here. It's just like your regular kitchen scrubber and some a bin with some dish soap. And you also, I also normally use a putty knife, and I kind of just go through and you use it to kind of scrape up any of the other like crap that's underneath up there and all that stuff. That helps. This is the first time I used this year, and it's the first time I've actually used one of these as far as I can remember in my life. We had one way back when I was a kid, but this is my dad got a Sunjo pressure washer for Christmas, so I opened it up, and I ended up using it on a really warm day that we had the other day. I wish I filmed that. I don't know why. I do so much stuff outside, and I got to get in the habit of filming stuff for you guys for the channel. The final thing I use is a spray gun for the air compressor. Most of the time I'll use it when I'm scraping off stuff because you know, stuff kind of sits on there and you can spray it off, or when I'm sanding I'll use it to spray off kind of like all the extra rusty sand, sawdust and sanding stuff that ends up on it. As you can see, this pile is all of the crap that came from that mower deck. So there's a lot of stuff that's coming off this mower deck and is ending off on the ground here. So after you've cleaned it all up and it's all clear, you're gonna see when the paint chips off, there's this edge here is not gonna be flat. It's gonna be all bumpy and stuff. So I took a piece of sandpaper, or if you have a sanding block like this, and just kind of go at it, give it a bit of a sand, and it will help flatten out this. If there's any rust spots, like this spot was a rusty spot, or this spot was a rusty spot, just go ahead and take your block sander. Just normally hand sanding's fine. It will smooth everything out just so the paint will grip, as well as if there's any large flat surfaces here where, you know, it's kind of, you know, rusty or grimy. Just kind of give it a little bit of sand, kind of scratch it up. As you can see over here, it's got some scratches in it, and that will allow the paint to stick. Lastly, before you paint, you want to tape up your rotor. So I've taped up both my rotors, any bolt heads or your deck washout port, which this one does have, so that right there. And then sand any big rust spot or rust or paint chips like up here or up here, and kind of do one last inspection, which is what I was doing just before I turned the camera on for this video. And that's pretty much it. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and apply the paint once it's warm enough. Now I would suggest, if you're running a John Deere mower deck, to go and buy the John Deere certified yellow paint. That's what I did. You can just buy it in a spray can, and I'm gonna spray it on probably 2-3 coats tomorrow or the next day. I think Monday is supposed to be the warmest day, so I'll spray it on Monday, and then I'll cut back to the camera when I'm doing that. Okay, so here's where we're at since last time. This has had another full coat of paint on it. It looks pretty good, actually. It actually looks better on camera, as I said last time, than it does in person. There's still a few imperfections down there and over around there, but I'm going to do one final, just kind of, it's not really even a tidy up coat. It's just, if I see any spots of imperfection, hit it one more time with paint. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is the underside of the deck. No one's ever going to see this. And next year, I'm going to have to do this all over again. So it doesn't have to be perfect. And there she sits, all painted up. So I'll probably wait a few minutes, probably actually turn the camera off. I'll peel all of the painter's tape off, and then she'll be ready to go. So as the sun sets on another beautiful day out here in the lawn. My name's Wade Murray. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing to the Great White North, and I would encourage you guys to keep it green.